Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband,
Wife!
do you know where we are and how the hell we got here?
I do, because we just recorded Hosea Chapter 9. It was a bit of an impromptu special episode, because
It kind of was.
you kind of sang.
I didn't just kind of sing.
You sang a lot.
I sang a lot.
Yeah.
I also ranted a lot. It was a little manic.
I think, yeah. And we're recording this the same night, so this might have some similar... I don't think we're going to sing again, maybe.
Probably not.
Because, that's just too many singing episodes in one go.
Right. But I am going to say that I might rant more. I feel like I've been pent up, and now I'm set free.
Yeah. No, I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah.
It's you've even between our episodes, you were ranting at me the entire time.
I was talking to you about AI and stuff.
Yeah, and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there was that. So we just got done reading Hosea Chapter 8.
No, we read
9.
We read 9.
I'm so sorry.
Hosea Chapter 9.
Hosea Chapter 9.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, we talked about Israel's idolatry and unfaithfulness, and God's going to give them consequences, and they're going to have they're not going to be able to have kids if they go to the fertility gods, and God's going to be angry and kill their kids and reject them and kill their kids some more, because that's what God does, apparently, is kill kids.
Love it. As
punishment for worshiping other gods.
Right.
So
I love an old Israelite story about Yahweh killing babies, and then for Christian people today to tell me that Israelites eat babies.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are backwards.
So I generally bring up a summary that I have Google write for me about what the last chapter was about, just to prompt my memory.
Yeah.
And I want to share this bit because I just want to share this bit.
Okay.
So it says about Hosea Chapter 9, it says in one part of this summary, it says, while the chapter portrays God's anger, it also hints at his deep love and desire for his people to repent and return to him.
Does it?
I don't really consider child murder as love in any stretch of the imagination.
Deep or otherwise.
Right.
And I don't think that's hinted.
Right.
It spelled out child murder, but it did hint at God's love.
I understand Google wants to walk the line with, regard to Christianity and how it is such a prominent force in our society. Mm-hmm. But I feel like child murder kind of crosses the line between love and hate and stays on the hate side there.
And let's not lie. Just don't say anything.
And to be fair on that account, it did actually not give me a summary on the first try. I had to go to one of the drafts in order to find it.
It was like, do I have to? This one talks about child murder.
Their AI thing that I use, just like I said, just use it as like a prompting thing. But it walks a line with regard to politics and religion. You have to be you have to word things carefully sometimes. But even with the wording carefully, I just asked for a summary of the last chapter. It had some trouble with that. So
interesting.
See how that goes in the future. Mm-hmm. I could find summaries out there other places. It's just an easy thing to type in before the podcast,
Right.
So it's nice to have.
Right.
But I thought that was interesting. The love is just not there for me.
No,
I don't see
neither.
that as being a thing.
No, you can't justify that.
No.
I don't care. You can try, but I'm not going to hear you.
Right.
Because even the trying, like, really? You want me to give you a fair listen while you attempt to justify child death to me?
Not child death.
Child murder.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm going to not listen to you. And you can talk till you're blue in the motherfucking face.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, that was Hosea chapter 9.
It sure as fuck was.
Which means that today we're reading
Hosea chapter 10, or as I like to call him, Hosehead.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, hopping into Hosea chapter 10, or as I like to call the dude, Hosehead.
Right.
Because he sure as fuck is. Ain't he?
We could say it's Hosea because that's the more legitimate reason, but he is just saying the words of God according to the Bible.
Right.
So
that would make God
God's
the
hosehead. Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, they're all kind of hosehead,
Sure.
aren't they?
Yeah.
So Israel was a spreading vine. Okay.
Yeah.
He brought forth fruit for himself.
Okay.
As his fruit increased, he built more altars. As his land prospered, he adorned his sacred stones.
It's kind of how things go,
It's interesting that we're referring to Israel as a he instead of a she.
Right, because oftentimes they refer to it as she.
She.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then they even talk about God marrying Israel and stuff like that. So
their heart is deceitful, and now they must bear their guilt. The Lord will demolish their altars.
There's the love.
And destroy their sacred stones.
How loving.
Boom, crash, pow. Then they will say, we have no king because we did not revere the Lord. Woo-hoo! But even if we had a king, what could he do for us?
I don't know.
I was being Mickey Mouse just then. They make many promises, take false oaths, and make agreements. Therefore, lawsuits spring up like poisonous weeds in a plowed field.
We have
Fucking
God talking about
lawsuit.
lawsuits.
Yeah.
Okay.
God cares about courts.
Apparently.
And not the heavenly ones.
That's so fucking weird.
Right? It's so obvious that this is man-made.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck?
That's the part that I can't get over is that,
I can't pretend with you.
We have to pretend because people believe that this God is like a real thing, right? Mm-hmm. But reading through this, there's so many points. There's so many things that just pop up randomly.
Yeah.
It's like, can't you see
Right.
that is not, that's
Right.
not real. This isn't real, guys.
I have to say something. I was talking to a friend online who was kind of surprised when I said, yeah, we've been reading the Bible, blah, 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 because we're doing it, for this podcast that we run. And he was like, oh, so how long have you been doing this? And I told him, over 4 years. And he was like, well, how many times have you been through? And I was like, no, we're still on our first time and we're only at Hosea.
Yeah.
And he was like, you have taken 4 years to get that far? And I was like, motherfucker, we read at least 3 to 5 chapters every week.
Yeah.
And yes, it has taken us 4 years because there's a lot of motherfucking chapters.
Yeah.
I'm like, have you read it? And he's like, yes, multiple times. And
No.
right?
No.
Now, he's not a Christian, so
Okay.
I tend to believe that he has ripped through it.
Okay.
But I don't know if I believe that he's read it and multiple times and not taken years to do it.
Right. Right. Yeah, I question that a little bit.
I'm just like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
How are you doing this in less than even a year?
Right.
That's
it's a monumental task. It's a large task to read the Bible, regardless of I know we spend an inordinate amount of time per chapter, right?
Sure.
Because we discuss it, we talk about it, whatever, right?
Right.
And I appreciate that. I like that we spend the time on those chapters and that we talk about them, right?
Agreed.
But even if you were ripping through it, I don't think I would have the ability to force myself to read enough of that every night to get it through it in a reasonable amount. It would take at least a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's ripping through it, I feel like.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of shit, you know?
I gave us 3 to 5 chapters per week because in an ideal week, we read a chapter every night, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But I know that some weeks we don't always get that other one, or
Sure.
sometimes we skip a week or two. So that's why I said, on average, 3
Yeah.
to 5 episodes per week.
Sounds good.
You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Or 3 to 5 chapters per week.
Yeah.
So I was just like, we've been plugging away at this for 4 years, and in this guy's mind, it's nothing.
Right.
And I'm just like,
I don't know how much I don't know. Whatever. I think people like to, it's like the fishtail, right? Like it was this big, but no, it's this big now.
Right.
Right. So you may have read the Bible. You may have even read it twice, but I bet it took longer than you're kind of admitting right here in this conversation.
and maybe even longer than you remember.
Right.
You know?
I just, if you're reading a book that's riveting and it's a long, big book, I can see blasting through it, right? Because you get sucked in, you're reading it more than you should. You're like, I'm going to finish this shit, right?
Yeah.
But you pick up the Bible, there is nothing in there that's propelling you forward and being like, oh, I got to find out what happened. No, God killed people. That's what happened. And he hates people. And then he needs them to worship him and bow to him. And then he'll love you. And that's basically it.
Sometimes there's rules, lots of rules,
Yeah,
so many rules.
there's lots of rules.
Yeah.
And there's people that had other people.
Yeah.
And then they had other people.
They begat
and
it
there was a lot of other people.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why we got off on that topic, but it just bothered me. Like, how dare?
Yeah, right.
Like, we're not doing nothing here.
I bet that I know that they didn't have as much fun as we do.
Okay, well, I will give you that. That's a fact. That is a fact. Yeah. All right. To carry on, the people who live in Samaria fear for the calf idol of Beth-aven. Its people will mourn over it, and so will its idolatrous priests, those who had rejoiced over its splendor, because it is taken from them into exile.
Okay. All right.
It will be carried to Assyria as tribute for the great king. Ephraim will be disgraced. Israel will be ashamed of its foreign alliances. Samaria's king will be destroyed, swept away like a twig on the surface of the waters. This is all like
so they're like reveling in the fact that their northern people neighbors are getting fucked over, and that their golden calf is being taken as tribute to their king, the king that conquered them in Assyria.
I think so.
That's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not very nice.
Right. And really,
like.
you know, we've talked about this before. The golden calf, that whole thing, that was part of what northern Israel was worshiping, was actually Yahweh. It's just a different
method of worship.
Right. Yeah. So while they were different tribes and they were different ways of worshiping the same God, and I understand the argument, right? Like there's arguments within the U.S. between different sects, Catholicism and
versus
Protestants, right?
Yeah.
There's arguments all over the place. Sorry, but I don't get reveling in their downfall, right? Like you got to have empathy for these are people that you used to consider part of your own tribe, right?
You guys believe in the same fucking God, even if you don't worship him the same way.
I don't think that they really, like, the way this is written, it feels like they tried to distance themselves from saying it's the same God.
Right.
Right? They mention the golden calf all the time. They don't mention that they worshiped a similar God.
Right. That's
right?
true.
So they definitely try to distinguish and separate themselves out from this God.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a large division, and that's why, you know, they're no longer on speaking terms or nice to each other.
That's true. That's true. I guess that applies more today when we're talking about Catholics and Protestants and Jews and Muslims. Like, you guys all literally worship the same God.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, they all sprung from, they're all Abrahamic religions.
And yet some of you are more golden calf and others of you are more like mystical, magical Easter eggs.
Right, but if you walk out on the street and ask the average Christian about, you know, Islam, right? They're not going to, they don't probably know, most of them, that is the same God that they worship. It springs from the same religion, springs from the same origins, right? They just believe in different prophet stories and different stories along the way that end up with, you know, a split narrative.
Sure.
And but they don't know. They don't know this.
Right.
They don't understand this, and they hate those people so much.
Right.
That they can't. You probably couldn't even convince them of that.
Right.
You know. Or if you did, they'd be like, well, you know, and they'd be
but it doesn't count.
But no, they're all Abrahamic religions. They all sprung from the same place. And, you know, we're fighting over details.
Right.
You know, details is what we're fighting over.
No, what we're really fighting over, let's be honest, is land and resources.
Yeah. And political structures and, you know, the whole, that's all still part of it today, as it was back then. And we talk about that very often reading through the Bible, that these are more political maneuvers than they are actual God worshiping.
It's just, instead of saying, I want this land, gimme, they say, God wants me to have this land, gimme.
Right. It's a convenient way of not, you know, owning the shittiness that you're doing. Yeah.
It's putting a third party, an uninvolved third party.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the person at the cash register that says, I don't know, man, I just work here. I'm not the manager. I don't set the prices.
Right.
Don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, it's that guy.
Yep.
All right. The high places of wickedness will be destroyed. It is the sin of Israel. Thorns and thistles will grow up and cover their altars again.
This guy really likes thorns and thistles, huh?
I do like thorns and thistles. Last time it was briars. Thorns and briars.
Oh, okay.
This time it's thorns and thistles.
I got a story about thorns.
Do you?
Yeah. So I've talked about being in Scouts before.
You have, many times.
Yeah. But when I was in Scouts, there was this special thing that you could get voted into, and it was called the Order of the Arrow.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm really even technically supposed to talk about this, but I'm going to.
Goodness. Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to. So the Order of the Arrow is this your tribe, your
tribe?
No, not tribe. The what do we call them? It was the troop. Your troop.
Which is your tribe.
Yeah. Every year at summer camp, we would hold a vote, and, you know, depending on the size of your troop, one or two people would get into the Order of the Arrow. And it was more of like a leadership, you know, type program that they had for Scouts.
Okay.
And when you got voted into this, there was this whole ceremony where you get inducted, and then you have to come back for a special camp for this Order of the Arrow.
Okay.
Okay. And as part of this camp, you have to take a vow of silence. You are not allowed to speak the entire week that you're there for this camp.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And they feed you very minimal food. Like, you get like very, very small meals, and you don't get a tent. You sleep out under the stars, unless, of course, it starts raining, then they would move you under a shelter. But
this sounds like so ooey-oo, religious, spiritual.
I mean, yeah, there is that aspect to it. I mean, Order of the Arrow, come on, it kind of it denotes kind of what it is. They're angling toward a Native American aspect of what they were trying to do, I think.
Somewhere between a Jesus-y guy and a Native American.
Which is very interesting how Scouts kind of mixed that whole Native American and God into this one little pot, you know,
tribe. Yeah, that is interesting.
But so this gets me to the part of my story where, okay, we were working on this dam that was at this
we who
the all the people that were out for this camp
so
for the Order of the Arrow.
You were one of the.
I was one of the people that was there. Yes.
Oh my goodness, you were an Order of the Arrow guy.
I was.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were working on a dam, and we were clearing brush away from it, and just
silently.
Silently, right? And we were walking along the edge of the dam, and there was kind of like a large drop off on the side, but there was a bunch of thorns, like these giant thorns, like they were like about an inch to an inch and a half long, in this big briar bush that was like right there on the side of the dam. Well, one of the people that was with us lost his footing and fell into that thorn patch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so there was the briefest moment where the other guys that were with me, we kind of looked at each other like, what do we do?
Shit, we're not supposed to say anything.
Yeah.
But...
And then and then we just kind of shrugged and then we turned help!
Spirituality be damned. Our friend just got stabbed.
But you know that pause, right?
Yeah.
Like we paused because of tradition, because of
the seriousness of what you were about to do.
Right.
It obviously had become very important.
But no, it's a great example of how a tradition or a ritual can cause you to do the wrong thing or cause you to hesitate to do the wrong thing.
Or hesitate to
right?
do the right thing.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was when you said thorns, it reminded me of that story. And it's a funny story because everything was okay, right? Everybody ended up okay. Everything was good.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, the kid was hurt, but like not mortally wounded or anything, right?
Good.
So
like didn't lose an eye or
no. Yeah, but it makes you like
that
even
was just
even me, a lifelong non-believer / atheist, right? I got caught up in ritual. I got caught up in tradition.
Yeah.
I got caught up in this thing instead of just immediately jumping to fuck this shit. Yeah. I need this kid's help, so I'm going to yell. Yeah. We turned to each other first before we started yelling for help.
To make sure, wait, is it?
Should we? Do we do this?
Yeah.
You know, I that's crazy. That's crazy. the immediate answer is fucking help us.
Right.
You know, tradition be damned, ritual be damned.
Like it should be, well, I guess I'm kicked out, but I'm okay with that because help.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I get what you're saying. I really appreciate that you can look back on that and like understand that about yourself. Like look inward and be like, holy shit, even I was caught up in that. Yeah. Which means that anybody can.
Right. And I had the luxury. I had the luxury of not growing up with indoctrination. I was not indoctrinated into religion.
Right.
And many people are. You know, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to say it's a luxury because I hear the stories from people, and a lot of times they're very tragic with regard to how their families will disown them, or, you know, there's all kinds of just sad scenarios that revolve around this whole Christian indoctrination thing that happens in the U.S.
Right.
Or other religions. I mean, we specifically talk about Christianity because we're reading the Bible all the way through the New Testament, right?
Because that's what's currently impacting our political.
But religion in general. Yeah. It applies. And it strikes me that no one is really immune. You just don't understand in the moment what you're being controlled by. You have to, but that's why it's good to be a free thinker. That's why it's good to question. Yeah. Because even you right now, you don't always know what is controlling your thoughts. It could be the newest social media feeds. It could be the TV channel you're watching. It could be all kinds of things.
It could be something as stupid as when you and I went to a friend's house and we were all drinking. Yeah. And there was a guy who was very clearly too inebriated to drive. And everybody was like, dude, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. And he was trying to leave to drive. And everybody was like, are you sure? And then once he like insisted, everybody just kind of let it go. And I was like, oh, so we're just letting him go, huh? And like suddenly I was the problem. And everybody was like, you know, he said he's okay. What can we do? And I'm like, I don't know. Take his fucking keys. Yeah. Go out, take a picture of his license plate. I don't know. Block the car door and don't let him in. Like, there's any number of things. Call the cops. Call him a cab. Yeah. I don't know. But like, it was like, I am very likely autistic.
Sure.
So it doesn't make sense to me. The
social construct.
Yeah, the social pressure to fit in and the that whatever it is, like I don't have that. And usually that's problematic because I don't fit in and I don't know how.
This is something I've had to adjust to with being married to you because I am very much guarded in my behavior with regard to the norms of society.
Yes.
You are much less so.
But not because I'm like awesome or anything. Like it's not like
it's just your natural response to a shitty thing happening.
Yeah.
And it's taught me a lot about myself. Like being with you has taught me a lot about myself because I am able to judge things differently than I might have 20 years ago. Right. You know? And I think vice versa, right?
Oh, definitely.
Like we learn things off of each other and, you know, we have kind of codes to signal things for each other when we're in situations where we know that the other one lacks the ability to react to that situation properly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we both recognize where we have shortcomings and we are, you know, like it's a great back and forth. And I think that's part of what allows us to have great discussions about societal norms and societal things that are going on because we have two completely different takes on how to handle and react to those situations.
Yes. Yes, you know? Definitely.
And we've learned to get along wonderfully as a couple. So we have great interactions with regard to it because of that dynamic that we have between us and our takes on those issues.
I think it's a really great example of opposites attract, but they only attract if you're both willing to work on yourself and work with the opposing factor.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just opposites attract the end. Opposites attract, and you can make it work, but you have to make it work.
Yeah.
And it is work.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'll just never forget, like, that was one of the earliest examples of you kind of looking at me with the rest of the crowd going like, you need to.
Well, but now I agree with you.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you agreed with me at the time even, but you didn't understand how I could stick out from the crowd that way.
Because in that moment, it felt like a friend loser moment, right?
Right.
Like that was the level of disdain that was happening with regard to you standing up for that moment, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure that you understood the level of what you were doing at the moment.
Well, and also, to be fair, these were my friends, so you were already somewhat out of place.
Right.
Because you were with me at my friend's house.
Right.
And I was your only real connection there.
To be fair here, the people that were getting ready to drive drunk were not your friends.
Correct.
It was
correct.
They were at the house of the friend that you were friends with.
Yeah. But even the people whose house we were at, she was like, he's a grown-ass man. He made his choice. And I'm like, but, my thinking was, I have an adult child out there on the roads that this person could run into.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that was all I could think was, but you guys are setting this bullet loose and he could hit somebody that I love.
Right.
And you guys are okay with that. And I couldn't convey that. So all I could say is, you guys are all younger than me. One day you'll have kids and you'll understand. And they thought that I gave a shit about the guy.
Right.
And I was like, oh no, his life is already null and void to me.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's mean. Like, the dude was like, oh, that's real nice of you. And I was like, you already don't give a fuck that you're drunk.
Right.
And
you've already decided that everybody else's life on the road is null and void. So I don't give a fuck if you live or die, honestly, at this point. I don't know you. You've decided to do something dangerous that puts people in danger. That is, fuck you. Right.
Die. Don't die. Whatever.
Right. But don't go on the road.
Yeah. And don't take other people. I hope you hit a brick wall and don't take anybody with you.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yep.
So, anyway, that was me just being manic again. Sorry.
No. You're fine. You're fine. I signaled to rein you in here a little bit. So
I'm still really excited about having my hand free.
You are.
I'm sorry.
You are.
All right. So thorns and thistles. Okay. They're going to grow up over those altars.
Okay.
Yeah. And poke people in the eye.
Right. Yeah. When they're working on dams.
Yeah. And they're going to make them break their code of silence.
Right.
Then they will say to the mountains, cover us. And to the hills, fall on us.
Really? That's what they're talking now, huh?
That's what they say to the mountains and the hills.
The thorns? Okay. I guess.
I thought it was the people. Will say that. Thorns and thistles will grow up and cover the altars, then they will say to the oh, no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, we have talking thorns and thistles now.
I mean, if you're going to have thorns and thistles, they might as well be talkative.
Right, yeah.
I guess.
That would be a great name for a bar. Thorns and Thistles.
Thorns and Thistles.
Right. In the context of they can talk to mountains and everything else,
Okay.
Social.
Okay.
They're social thorns and thistles.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so,
okay.
Just saying.
But what about the briars? I really love the briars.
I mean, you could put that one like in parentheses below it or something, the briars or something. I don't know.
Thorns, thistles.
Or maybe that could like be like a drink, briars.
The
like,
briar patch.
I don't know. Yeah, the briar
patch. Maybe the restroom area is called the briar patch.
I
like that. Yeah. The non-gendered bathrooms.
Right.
Yeah. This is the briar patch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Since the days of Gibeah, you have sinned, Israel, and there you have remained.
That damn Gibeah. I still don't get it.
I know,
but okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Will not war again overtake the evildoers in Gibeah?
Probably. Maybe.
Will it not?
Possibly.
Probably.
He thinks it will, apparently.
War's gonna war.
If this is God talking, doesn't he know already?
I would think.
But, okay.
But I think it's Hosehead.
Who would know?
Who would know? I wouldn't.
But Hosea hypothetically has information from God.
Right.
So God.
And you're right. He is speaking for God because it says, when I please, I will punish them.
Yeah. See? God is asking a question as to whether this is going to happen. He apparently doesn't know, but he knows.
What do you think? What do you think? So when I please, I will punish them. Nations will be gathered against them to put them in bonds for their double sin.
Okay.
Ephraim is a trained heifer that loves to thresh. I'm such a fucking child.
I mean, it's the golden calf, or whatever.
But sometimes when I hate somebody, I call them a heifer.
Oh my gosh.
And whether not as a remark on their weight, I've called skinny people heifers.
Yeah.
Just, people that I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, such a heifer. But your mom sometimes calls people hags.
She does.
Which I have never heard used before, and I fucking love it. Oh, she's such a hag. And hag is better than heifer, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And both are better than childless Catwoman.
Sure, yeah.
Are you not familiar with that one?
I know that's a thing in the social media, but we don't need to...
Elon Musk.
Okay, Elon Musk. Got
no, actually it was J.D. Vance. Sorry.
Okay.
J.D. Vance said that childless Catwomen are the ones who are a drain on society, and they're trying to make laws, and even though they have no say because they're just childless cat ladies.
Then we're supposed to be shocked that the Republicans said something sexist? Or
No, we're not. I was just explaining the reference to you.
Right. No, I got it.
And so when Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, she signed her endorsement.
Childless cat lady?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yep. Ephraim is a trained heifer that loves to thresh, so I will put a yoke on her fair neck. As you do.
Okay.
I will drive Ephraim, Judah must plow, and Jacob must break up the ground. Jacob would be Israel.
I don't really know what to think of that statement there. It sounds like they're saying that, I don't know.
Okay, God, will drive Ephraim.
Yeah.
So she's the fucking heifer.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm driving that heifer and I'm saying, go, heifer.
Yeah.
And Judah is plowing. So Judah's the one coming behind plowing.
They're still okay with God, sort of.
And Jacob is breaking up the ground.
But Jacob is Israel.
Israel, breaking up the ground.
Okay. I still don't, that's weird.
That's a Q&A we're going to need.
That's definitely a Q&A.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's odd.
Yeah, I don't really get that. I can see the picture. I just don't know what the picture is supposed to represent.
Jacob would be Israel, which includes the northern tribes, actually, if we're going historically here.
Right.
So that's a weird juxtaposition of...
it's weird having Ephraim out there on its own and not part of Judah or Israel.
Well, it's not weird. They're part of the northern tribes.
Which is Judah. Right?
No.
Or no, which is Israel.
It was Israel until they split, and now it's a split kingdom.
Right.
But yes, it would have been part of Israel.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird that Ephraim is being called out on its own when we've got Israel and Judah.
Right.
When Ephraim was
chastising Ephraim was what's happening.
Well, yeah, I get that.
But yeah, I don't understand the whole dynamic there.
Yeah, I need a better picture.
Right.
Okay, so Q&A Saturday.
Yes.
We'll get on that.
Yes.
Okay. Sow righteousness for yourselves. Reap the fruit of unfailing love and break up your unplowed ground. For it is time to seek the Lord until he comes and showers his righteousness on you.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to come and he's going to shower.
You should have seen wife's face, just like...
When he comes and showers his righteousness on you.
Oh, fuck.
All over you. He showered it all over you. But you have planted wickedness. You have reaped evil. You have eaten the fruit of deception.
Yeah. Go figure. They were bad.
You're bad. I hate you.
Yeah.
Because you have depended on your own strength and on your many warriors, the roar of battle will rise against your people, so that all your fortresses will be devastated.
Oh, man.
As Shalman devastated Beth Arbel on the day of battle when mothers were dashed to the ground with their
Oh
children.
my God.
Remember that day?
No.
It sucked.
Yeah.
So will it happen to you, Bethel, ya bitch, because your wickedness is fucking great.
They just, I can't get over how much they just like revel in this like
Murdery
hate
murder.
and murder. Yeah.
I love to murder women and their babies.
It's crazy.
Yep. When that day dawns, the king of Israel will be completely destroyed. The end.
Okay.
Fuck everything. The end.
There's just not a lot of like positive, feel good anything in this goddamn Bible.
It's supposed to be a book of love, but it's really just not.
Well, you know, and people will be like, well, that's the New Testament. I'm like, yeah, okay. So, but like you tell us, you know, hey,
read the Bible. Just read the Bible.
Right, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
We're reading the Bible, and it's taken us a long fucking time
to get to the
goddamn love.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so when you're saying the good book, you're referring to the New Testament. Does that mean we're reading the bad book? Because that's what it feels like.
It definitely does. I think we should it should definitely be renamed the bad book. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
The Old Testament is the bad book,
it's
y'all.
fucking bad.
But here's the thing. Even in the good book, I heard that this one dude gets murdered.
He does.
Right?
And from what I hear. Yeah.
I mean, spoilers. We're not there yet.
But, you know, word on the street is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Hosea Chapter 10.
Yes, it was Hosea Chapter 10.
And we will be back later today with
our Q&A, not on Saturday.
Right. And then I will get the weekly wrap up out today too. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a fuck ton of episodes out today.
Yes.
And then we are going to reset and be back on
Monday with Hosea Chapter 11.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.